Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kayla. I share healthy recipes, tips, and lifestyle advice on my channel. So if that is something that you enjoy, I would love for you to subscribe. So in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing 10 healthy habits that I've accumulated over the years that have really improved my quality of life dramatically. And not just in the area of, physical health, but also with my emotional health, my spiritual life, my daily mindset, and really just my overall lifestyle in general. These things really help me to stay on track and reach my goals a lot faster and just help me to live a more balanced, healthy life. Now, I do want to say that even though I try to stick to these things on a daily basis, I don't put pressure on myself to stick to them religiously. So for instance, if I'm on vacation, then I don't really stick to that routine, or if I have a really busy work day and I can't squeeze all of them in, then I don't stress about it. But I do try to do them on a daily basis when I'm on my normal daily work routine, and I find that they keep me on track and they just really keep me grounded in my everyday life. Now, before we get to it, I want to know if you have a healthy habit that you've accumulated over the years that's really improved your quality of life. If you do, then be sure to comment below because we want to know. All right, let's jump right in. My first healthy habit is drinking warm lemon water first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Now, when you start doing this, I'm telling you, you're gonna notice a big difference in the way that you feel. If you think about it, your body can become slightly dehydrated after going, to bed for all those hours without any sort of hydration. So when you wake up in the morning, you can tell that you're slightly dehydrated when you have a little bit of a headache, you're not as alert, you're a little bit more fatigued, more tired, and when you just saturate your body with all of that hydration and then the extra vitamin C from the lemons, your body just wakes up, it wakes your mind up, you feel more alert, you feel more energized, and it really just preps your mind and your body for the rest of the morning. I'm telling you, when you start doing it, your body will become addicted to it and it starts to actually crave that hydration first thing in the morning. And if you want to know the benefits of lemon water, drinking lemon water daily, and how I make my lemon water in the morning, then I will leave that video linked for you guys below. This next healthy habit is something that I've been doing for so many years now, and that is to do my morning Bible study and prayer time. So this is similar to when people take the time in the morning to, do their meditation and get their mindset right. Well, this is sort of my version of meditation, I guess. It's something about feeding your spirit, feeding your soul. Really, it helps you to put yourself in the right state of mind for that day, so you're more positive, you're more grateful, you have a more joyful attitude. And that's not to say that every day's perfect, but by feeding your soul, feeding your mind, and feeding your spirit like that, it really does help you to respond to things, especially if life throws you something negative that day. It helps you to have that right state of mind to be able to respond to it a lot better and a lot more positively than you would have otherwise. So yeah, the morning Bible study and prayer time for me is essential just to really put myself in that right state of mind to continue for the rest of the day. My next healthy habit is to drink a high fiber smoothie every single day. Now, I've been drinking smoothies for at least 7 or 8 years now, but I haven't done it consistently, like on a daily basis, until the past couple of years is when I started. And I have noticed an increase in my energy levels. They're more consistent. I don't need caffeine in the morning to wake me up. I just drink my smoothie that's packed with nutrition. I've noticed my skin is a lot healthier. My bowel movements are a lot smoother. I know that's kind of TMI, but it's the truth. And I just feel better overall when I have my daily smoothie. It sets me up for the day. And when I have it first thing in the morning, it really just sets my palate for that day to crave healthier foods throughout the day instead of junk foods. Now, another thing I want to mention is that you want to make sure you avoid adding too many sugars to your smoothie, because that will spike your insulin and your blood sugars. And if you spike the blood sugar, you know how that can mess with your hunger levels. So what I suggest is adding in a lot of greens, so you get the fiber, you get the minerals and the nutrition. Add in a lot of healthy fats. The healthy fats are going to help to keep you fuller a lot longer. They're going to help to keep that blood sugar steady. So things like avocado, ground flax seeds, ground chia seeds, even MCT oils. And of course, you can add in your antioxidants. You can add in some fruits like frozen blueberries. You can even add in half a banana. The main thing is just keep those fruits to a minimum. So it's not to say that you can't add any, but just don't add too much. I even like to add goji berry powder. That's another superfood that I like to add. And what I like to to tell people is really when you pack in as much nutrition as possible into those daily smoothies, it becomes your daily multivitamin, and it really just saturates your body with so much nutrition and you feel so energized. I'm telling you, it's one of those habits that you're not going to look back. You're going to do it for as long as you can possibly do it. Now, this next healthy habit is something that I had to do for my health, and that was to go completely gluten-free. Now, the reason I had to do it is because I do have an allergy to gluten, and believe it or not, there's a very small amount of people that actually have an allergy to gluten. Most people just have a gluten sensitivity. They're sensitive to it. And if you find that you are bloated after eating gluten-containing products or anything like that, then try going gluten-free for 2 weeks. I'm telling you, you'll probably feel less bloated, you'll feel more energized, you'll have more mental clarity, and a lot of my clients actually enjoy the way that they feel when they're off of gluten than when they eat gluten in their diet. So for me, of course, because it was an allergy, I had so many benefits from going gluten-free, and I went gluten-free cold turkey. I'm talking like night and day, completely out of my diet, and this was over 10 years ago. So this was before the whole gluten-free craze hit the market. And I remember going to the store looking at these gluten-free breads, and of course I tried one and it tasted like cardboard. I mean, it was horrible. Nothing like the gluten-free breads today. So I just didn't do any of the processed gluten-free stuff back then. I just ate naturally gluten-free products, and let me tell you, it reduced my inflammation. My skin wasn't as inflamed. I didn't have as many breakouts. Of course, I was less bloated. I didn't have stomach aches and things like that. My brain power was a lot better. I had more mental clarity. So there were so many positive benefits for me, of course, because I'm allergic. But even if you're just sensitive to gluten, you could reap the benefits of going gluten-free too. Just try the elimination diet, do it for 2 weeks, then introduce it back into your diet and see if you notice a difference. Another healthy habit that I've been doing for years is to try to get some sort of movement in every single day. Now, I do try to stick to a workout regimen, where I go to the gym and I have a combination of cardio and weight training, but there's days where I just don't feel like going to the gym. I know you can relate. And on those days, I do still try to force myself outside and just to try to get in a walk for 15, 20, 25 minutes. And even when I don't feel like doing it, every single time, like without fail, I will go outside even when I don't feel like it, and within the first 5 minutes of breathing in that fresh air and just moving my body, I always feel so much better. There's just something about it, even if it's just walking, it recharges your body and it recharges and resets your mind, and you really do feel like a new person. My next healthy habit, and this is not really healthy in the sense of your physical body, but it has helped me to be more productive and to help me have the right mindset throughout the day, and that is to make out my to-do list the night before instead of the day of. So for me, when you make it out the night before, you're able to go to bed that night and sort of roll over in your head all the things that you got to do the next day. So when you wake up in the morning, you're just ready to go. You're super productive. You have a clear list of everything you got to get done. Whereas, if you do it the morning of, then you're kind of behind. You got to sit down and make the list, and you're just not as productive. So for me, that has made a big difference. Just that one little thing of making my to-do list out the night before has made a big difference in my productivity, my performance, and just my overall mindset for the day. This next healthy habit is something that really took me a while and a lot of, determination and energy to form, and that was to focus on getting better quality sleep. So years ago, I really didn't get good sleep at all. I had, slight insomnia. And so I knew that I really needed to focus on what was the culprit, the root of me not really getting good sleep. Because, when you don't get good sleep, it affects your performance the next day. You're not as focused, you're not as energized. And so it was something that I really needed to get to the root cause of. And so, for me, it was more of a hormone imbalance. I had too much cortisol, too much elevated cortisol at night, and my magnesium levels were slightly deficient. So several things were in play that was causing me to not get good quality sleep. So when I began to really focus on getting that in order, I would take a magnesium supplement at night. My favorite one is Natural Calm, by the way. I was eating a diet that would help to balance my hormones and taking certain, hormone balancing supplements, natural supplements, of course, to help lower that cortisol in the evening. I would do little things like, the red light apps that you put on your computer to block those blue lights, because blue lights do decrease your melatonin production, which is your sleep-inducing hormone. I would do things like not include too much sugar with my dinner, just little changes that did take a while to really develop, but as they became a habit, I have noticed drastic change in my sleep quality, my sleep patterns. I'm able to go to sleep at night for a full 8 hours without getting up one time to go to the restroom. And let me tell you, that is a miracle, because I used to get up and go to the restroom 2 or 3 times a night. And you know, that interrupts your sleep patterns and helps, and it makes you not get good quality sleep. So, and that's a hormone problem too, by the way. So anyway, yeah, just focusing on getting better quality sleep by targeting the root of it with the hormone balance and the magnesium deficiency has really helped with my overall performance throughout the day and just better mental clarity overall. So if you have sleeping problems, trust me, get to the root problem, because when you fix your sleep and when you get a good night's sleep, it makes all the difference in your performance the next day. My next healthy habit is to plan out your meals every single week. Now, I know if you've never done any sort of meal planning, this can seem overwhelming, but I promise you, once you get the hang of it, it really only takes you about 10 minutes every week to plan out your meals. For me, I love it because number one, it saves me money. I know exactly what I need to buy when I go to the grocery store, so I'm not picking out items like, oh, this looks good, and then before you know it, you're like $50 over budget. Also, it helps mentally. I'm not stressed about, you know, during the week, I'm not stressed about what dinner I'm gonna cook, what am I gonna cook tonight, what am I gonna have for lunch tomorrow, or whatever, because I already have my meals planned out. And of course, the most important thing is it really does help you to stay on your clean diet throughout the week. You're not reaching for junk food, you're not making last minute trips to the fast food joints. But also, like I said, once you get the hang of it, it really only takes you about 10 minutes. And the thing is you'll also notice that once you start to get some favorite recipes, you'll probably start to rotate some of those recipes every other week or every 3 weeks or so. And once you get a good amount of recipes that you really love, you'll notice yourself rotating those recipes every few weeks. And that makes it even easier to plan your meals, because if you've cooked it 5 or 6 times, you already know, you know, I need this, and then boom, in 10 minutes, you're done planning your weekly meals. So it's definitely worth it, and I highly recommend planning your meals out if you haven't done it already. Another healthy habit, and this one is fairly new, I've only been doing it for about a year now, is switching from the whole, you know, home cleaning products that have chemicals in them to a more natural, chemical-free, fragrance-free home products and cleaning products for the house. And the main reason, of course, is because I know that they are very bad for you. They're hormone disrupting, they're not good to breathe in, but also, like, I would notice when I would clean the house with the ones that have chemicals in them, I would always get a headache, and I hated that. So, you know, that was the final straw for me. I was like, I've got to make the switch. And of course, I'm very into the essential oils, which I've been into them for about 3 years now. For like the home fragrances, of course, I use essential oils. But as far as like laundry detergents, I've gone more natural, chemical-free, fragrance-free for that. The cleaning supplies, like instead of Windex, I'm using a more natural window cleaner. And even the bath soaps, I've gotten one that's like chemical-free and stuff. So I'm trying to make that, you know, 100% natural switch, and I pretty much have done it so far. But of course, it gets kind of expensive, so I am trying to come up with some DIY solutions where I can make my own natural cleaning products and laundry detergent and things like that. But I haven't found one yet that I'm like super satisfied with, so I'm still working on it. I'm gonna share it on my channel when I get it. But if you have a natural solution for laundry, dishwashing detergent, homemade soaps, cleaning supplies, if you have stuff that, you know, like a solution that you use and you love it, be sure to comment that below, because I will definitely try it out. And my last daily habit is sticking to what I call a carb cycling diet. Okay, so hear me out. I have tried, over the past 10 years or so, I have tried pretty much every diet known to man, every eating style. You know, I've tried the low-fat vegan, the raw vegan, regular vegan, just regular gluten-free. I've tried keto, super keto, like, you know, under 20 grams a day of carbs. I've tried more of a high carb paleo, more of a low carb paleo. I've tried a lot of different eating styles, and I can honestly say that the one that I've adopted now, and it's sort of something that I just kind of took the best of each diet, each eating style that I've tried over the years, and just made my own thing. And I've been doing it for about a year now, and it is the best I've ever felt on a diet. And I call it carb cycling because what I do is I will rotate, like for instance, I might have 2 days where I eat super low carb, and then on the third day I'll have more of a moderate carb day. Or it could also look like, you know, where I'll eat super low carb during the day, like for breakfast and lunch, and then have a few starchy, healthy carbs at night, like sweet potato, with my dinner. And I have found that by eating something that's more low carb, but also including in some starchy carbs every now and then, it has helped balance my hormones like superbly. My hormones are so in check now, more than they've ever been, and I feel great. I'm more energized. I loved doing keto, I won't lie, but long term it just didn't agree with my hormones. My thyroid was suffering, my adrenals was suffering, my energy was suffering, and I was doing it the right way. I'm talking like I didn't even eat dairy with my keto. I had my greens every day, you know, all that stuff, but I still feel better with more of a carb cycling eating style. So that is a daily habit that I have formed over the past year, and I do plan on sticking to it as long as my body agrees with it. And if you want to see what this looks like, I do have a 21-day meal plan that is basically this carb cycling eating style that I'm talking about, and I find that women do very well on it, especially when it comes to balancing hormones. I've had several people go through the meal plan, and for instance, my stepmom, she was on a super low carb diet for 6 months. She had hypothyroid, couldn't lose weight at all, and then she got on my meal plan, and she repeated the program like double, so she did it for 42 days, and within the first month and a half she was down 13 pounds, which was a miracle for her because she could not lose weight for anything in the world, and it really just helped to balance her hormones. So yeah, if you're doing an eating style right now and you're not really feeling the best that you think you can feel, try a carb cycling eating style. I'm telling you, it made the biggest difference in my health and my energy levels. Well, that is it for today's video. 10 healthy habits that have changed my life. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget, if you have a healthy habit that you've accumulated over the years that's really improved your quality of life, then be sure to comment that below, share it with us, because we want to know, we may want to try it out. All right, you guys, well, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you enjoy this type of content, I would love it if you subscribe below, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.